Hello friends and welcome for something a little bit special. Today we're going to be celebrating the fact that my channel, youtube.com/rocklysmile, reached 50,000 subscribers, which is an absolutely extraordinary and completely insane thing for me to behold, and I'm so thankful and so humbled by the amount of support that this channel's gotten over the last couple of years, and I just wanted to sort of return to our roots a little bit. And, well, not only return to our roots, but also just sort of embrace the fact that I've become re-enamored with Super Meat Boy, a game that means so much to me and that brought me to YouTube in the first place. This is kind of where my channel's roots began. If you didn't know, I started my YouTube channel essentially as a way to show off some of my custom Meat Boy levels that I had made in dev mode, which then eventually ended up on Super Meat World. So I sort of wanted to go back to that and do a bunch of Meat Boy stuff, in addition to this, which is going to be a run through Expert Remix. I'm also going to be uploading some speedrun stuff, which is also something totally new to me. I've gotten kind of into the idea of becoming a Super Meat Boy speedrunner, doing the any percent routes, and I've been learning those a little bit, so I'm going to be uploading videos of individual chapters and also VODs of me streaming this, whether that be actual runs or practice runs or anything in between. I should make that fairly clear, though, in the title. Some of them will be local recordings, some of them will be streamed. But I think it's going to be a good time. Today we're going to do Expert Remix, a thing that I've never actually done completely. I've done a few levels here and there, but I never committed myself to actually playing through the whole chapter, so this should be an interesting ride. There will be profanity, and it'll probably be quite frustrating. In fact, I don't even know if I can actually do it, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And if need be, I might split this up into multiple videos, just in case it takes too long. It kind of makes sense. If this runs over a half an hour or something, well, I don't know when the end of it's going to be, because I might get stuck on, like, level 20 for an hour by itself. So I'll take it as it comes. Again, sort of dibble-dabbled a little bit in some of these levels, but I haven't really played all of them straight through. Not necessarily going for A+ times either, just see if I can beat him, and then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So why don't we get started? How's that sound? And I should mention right before I started this, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but I did something horrible to my shoulder as I was preparing to start. I got one of those things like I felt like I needed to stretch, so I stretched, and then I think I got a muscle spasm / like Charlie horse in your shoulder, if you can even get that. But anyway, I don't know. I think I'm okay now. And I did get my new controller, too. If any of you have heard, I've been having some issues with my controller's A button. This is a brand new one, so hopefully that won't be a factor. So, Expert Remix. Here we go. In case you didn't know, these are basically all individually hand-picked levels from the actual retail chapters of Super Meat Boy, redone by Team Meat, to be even harder than their Dark World counterparts. So, there was level 1. That one was not completely unbeatable or anything. And I actually don't even know the routes through most of these levels, so we're going to be learning those as we go. And also just trying not to die by our own instincts. And somehow I'm doing worse than my first run of that one. Okay, well, I see what to do there. I just need to actually pull it off. This saw blade seems to show up quicker every single time than I expect it to, and then sometimes I find myself under that little alcove. This is a bad sign if I'm on level 2 and I'm already dying this many times in the first little channel. Why can't I time this better? I just need to jump over this when it's in the center, but because of the height of it, I can't seem to... There we go. Couldn't seem to get enough height there to get over it. Well, I'll get to that consistently, I'm sure, eventually. So I need to do what here? I need to make it through a gauntlet of, like, 4 saw blades at the same time. No, that's not how we do that. Yeah, anyway, as you can probably tell, we're going to be in for the long haul on this one. So hopefully you can go grab some chips, maybe a drink, hunker down, and enjoy many, many deaths, and probably eventual raging in a game that I absolutely love to death. This is the indie game for me, Super Meat Boy. Okay, that's a little tricky. Now what do I do with this one? Do I go over the first blade, or what? I think I want to actually not go over the first blade. I need to go in between these. Alright, I'm looking for the opening here before I commit. Okay, we're gonna jump that one, and there we go. Alright, level 2 complete. I should also be voting for these, because they're pretty well made. These are Super Meat World levels. Even though they seem like a custom chapter, they are actually created by Edmund. I don't know if Tommy did much with the level design. I mean, he's the coding guy. I didn't know if he also did levels, too. I thought it was mostly Edmund that did those, but you never know. I'm sure he had input in it anyway. So far, so good on this one. This seems like a bit of a break after the last one there. Then we just fall in this pit. Oh, that came a little bit faster than I was expecting that saw blade to show up. Alright, we should not have too many tries for this one as long as I don't want to rush too hard, which I kind of do, actually. Okay, there we go. It's safe right in this corner. So I'm going to be employing all of my advanced techniques, whatever I can summon from my years of Meat Boy practice. We'll be trying to use, some strange maneuvers occasionally. I'm sure I'll be trying to do some weird half-tile jumps and things. Oh, okay. My first inkling was to just go ahead and jump under this, but I think that... Alright, it looks like we had a little bit of a Meat Boy crash. That's another thing we're going to have to contend with during this perilous run and journey, is the fact that the game will occasionally just crash for no reason. It's incredibly unstable, unfortunately. And whether you're doing editing or just playing the game or really just about anything, the game seems to just decide to crash occasionally. So we just have to put up with that. I'll edit these things together as best I can, and there is... my proper run, so you can see me getting to the end. I had to go and play the first couple levels again, just to make sure that I had all the progress locked in. I know it really doesn't matter, but just for posterity, I liked having the map completed. Although, if it happens when we get further into the map again and I lose the progress, I'm not going to do it. So, you know, first 3 levels, I can tolerate it. Beyond that, probably not. So anyway, next level. As soon as game wants to let me hit next level. There we go. Alright, so... a brand new challenge. This is a spinning saw blade level. This is still, you know, early on. We've got forest themes still happening, and as long as I know where the safe spots are, I think we're going to be alright here. Oh, careful. That was not how we do that. I did find going back through the second time on the first couple levels, I've already started to find much faster and more convenient usable paths to get through some of the things that I was already dying a bunch of times on. Not that the second level was easy, actually. I still died probably more the second time than I did the first time. But just saying, you know, things do look up a little bit the more you practice them. This, you know, Meat Boy in general is a very experiential game. It's not any kind of Dark Souls where once you learn how everything works, it's all just completely unlocked to you. No, there's still quite a bit of challenge regardless, but still... there is some to be gained from optimizing your paths and learning exactly when you need to press what, and what tiles are the best to jump off of, and what tiles are safe tiles, and all of that kind of thing. There might even be a way to get, like, up through there. I don't know. I have to probably go back and check this stuff another time. Oh, that's just to mess me up, isn't it? Alright, we've got to stand over here until this passes again. And then, oh, careful over here. Oh, that comes up through the top. Alright. Foresight sometimes goes a very, very long way in Meat Boy, and you've got to pay attention to your surroundings, especially when you've got dynamically rotating blades like this. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, now we've got another situation where we've got a coalition of blades after us. Essentially, I needed to not move that far out of the way. There's a lot of danger here, as you can probably tell. Oh, come on. I saw the way through that. And sometimes the controls don't always cooperate exactly the way you want them to. I'm not saying it's the game's fault or anything, but there are definitely some instances where I've noticed some very peculiar things that Meat Boy will do. Sometimes you can take advantage of those things as well. And I should be able to probably hop over this entire scenario if I just time it right. There we go. Alright, so there's another level down. Hopefully no crash after this one. No, we're good. Alright, so a big black and white level. This is going to be a hospital level remixed. Oh, okay, actually, no, this level, it's just mirrored in reverse, apparently. Okay, so we're going to have to go off that first face, and then flip around, grab the back, around over the top. This is one of my favorite levels in general, so it's interesting to see it remixed to be a bit harder, because it was definitely not one of the most challenging levels. Okay, wait, I already see... Wow, that was actually not that bad. I may have even gotten a decent time on that. What was... part time was 17? Let's see what we got, just out of curiosity, because I wasn't really paying attention to the clock as I was playing. I think I might just be a little bit over, but I could see this one easily being optimized. And pretty close. Oh, yeah, okay, we were actually under by, you know, like 0.5. Okay, skip vote. No, we want to give it a 5. Oh, I like this one too. Okay, we're gonna do keys, and this one has a winding maze-like path that I'm gonna need to follow along. And like that, and then we've got to get up and over. That starts up a new chain of events. I want to be able to get up on top of there. How do I pull that off? Alright, let's try this again. Beginning, not so bad. Second part, okay, there's that loop that kind of goes back on itself. I think if I stand right here, yeah, there we go. I should be able to grab onto that back part of that disappearing ledge. So, one more try. I'll get it on the next one. That was just a very poor jump. There we go. Now we're gonna grind into this wall right here, pull back around, and we'll just barely outrun it. That is really close, and this should open up a lockbox towards the very bottom. I should be able to go straight down here, but oh my god. I was trying to be careful, but there's actually, see, there's an arrow in the background. That's actually some very astute level design, giving us sort of an invisible cue from the top part of the level of where we should be able to fall safely. That's actually pointing at roughly the right corner of the platform, so we got to keep that in mind too. So there we go, swing back. Oh, I didn't quite make it up. Alright, one more try. There's going to be a lot of one more try going on in this. Okay, brilliant. Up and around, and a big one, there we go. Now this is going to open us up to the bottom, and hopefully I won't screw that up again. There's this big old platform right here that I have plenty of room to land on. And, oh, I've fallen off the tiny little block. Oh, I wonder if I should have gone for all the way across that time. I think I can make a jump that wide. Alright, there we go. This is going to feel very natural, actually. Oh, well, not if I do that. But I was going to say it's going to feel very natural once I get this, the angles down and the exact momentum of the jumps. So one of my favorite things about Meat Boy is optimizing your paths and finding out exactly where you can get the most bang for your buck when it comes to, you know, getting time through a level. It's got a very cathartic, like, speedrunny feel just organically, whether or not you're trying to speedrun. I would almost liken it to, you know, very similar to a parkour-like experience. Is there any way to go left here? No, I don't think that's really quite possible. Maybe if I had the kit or something. Now, just, like, not fall off that block, please. Then we gotta do a side block there. Alright. Well, I wasn't going for time on that one or anything, but I'm glad we finished it at least. Oh, this is a tough one. I remember doing this one when I attempted this in the past. I love that Edmund picked up on doing the rotating keys, too. I'm not sure that was a thing he necessarily had done in the actual retail game, but it's something that modders had done, or custom level makers had done. So I thought that was really cool. And if I'm wrong, then my apologies to Edmund. But I don't remember seeing spinny keys happening in the actual retail chapters. Quite possible that they were in there, though. He did play around with a lot of cool ideas. Alright, so that was something that we've done a few times, having to jump over quickly moving blades like that. Both in the chapter and in some of, like, the end and Dark World, Cotton Alley, all that kind of stuff. We had quite a bit of that happening. This is going to be a tricky one. No, alright, so I've got to find out exactly where I need to be standing at that moment. And I think we want to get in here very cleanly to get the best time if we were going for such a thing. Not that I am, but if we want to get in with the right path and the right loop of these saw blades, I seem to not be able to do. Oh, careful there. I was trying to go between them on that, but it didn't quite work. It's weird how sometimes when you restart, the amount of time it takes Meat Boy to spawn is far too long to sometimes dodge certain things, and other times it seems like it's quite reasonable. I've just noticed that a lot of times, even in some speedrunning capacities, where it seemed like it was really kind of messed up. How do I do that? I have to figure out where that feels right. I am not sure. Because what's awful about this level, or maybe awful is not the right word, but kind of obnoxious, is that this one, in addition to several of the other Expert Remix levels, require you to go back and forth through a level multiple times. This is one of those. As you can see, the keys open up from the left to the right to the left to the middle, or something like that. Yeah, we gotta go all the way back around, then back to the middle, so we have to follow the same path through this level like 3 times. How do I get that and then fall immediately back down? I don't know that I'm able to make that happen fast enough. Let's try that again. Oh, man. That's always a thing, too. Occasionally, Meat Boy gets a little bit stuck on an edge, or maybe it doesn't quite register that you've landed on a surface, so you end up in a predicament. Ooh, that was awful. You end up in a predicament where maybe you can't actually jump, even though you've actually made contact with the surface. There's like a couple millisecond delay from landing to being able to jump again, I've noticed. I don't know why this is so difficult. I need to grab the key by going straight up the wall, and then slide back down, but I need to not jump too early. Because if I jump too early, I'm going to end up in the path of the other saw blade, and I need to let that one already come down. So I actually need to basically make this happen while one's moving and the other isn't. Or will you know, on the right, I need to get out of the way of the right in favor of the left, because you have a slight amount of time to switch sides. So I guess I want to do a quick right, left, right, then back, left, slide down. No, I need to linger a little bit longer on the right wall, then slide back down, and that should get me there. But it is amazing through the repetition of this how many more times you'll get better at the level each time. So right, left, wait, left, down. No, I wait. Ugh. I couldn't just sit on the wall because I didn't want to start sliding, evidently. And this isn't even the end. I've still got to go all the way back again and do it another time. Although, I think that is probably the trickiest part. Oh no, there's actually the same situation going on the other side. So I've got to do this a couple of times. Yikes. Well, I guess there's practice for you. It's a predicament that I haven't really had to quite do in any of the retail levels before. Oh, I can't wait that long. I bet if I slide down far enough, I should be able to just slide and then jump right out and not even have to get in the way. And then, of course, they're going to make me mirror it on the other side just to make it a little bit harder. This is like a guitar solo in Guitar Hero, essentially, where you're given, like, this insurmountable wall of difficulty all of a sudden. No, okay, that's way too long. I need to time that differently somehow. But yeah, once you get that down, and that is not a wall of difficulty anymore, then you should be able to get substantially better at the game as a whole. What do I need to do? I almost wanted to jump in directly after I saw that one pass, but I got a little bit ahead of myself there and forgot there was another blade coming. Wow, look how close that one is. Alright, well, whatever. And I consider myself to be pretty good at this game. I know this footage is probably betraying that concept, but in general, I feel like I'm not terrible. So this is substantially harder, and I think most people would hopefully agree with me on that. How do I do that freaking thing? Well, you'll notice I'm getting a little bit faster at this first part here. Once you get the timing down, it starts to feel a lot better, too. That is awkward as hell. That's one of the things about this. Sometimes you don't find the right approach for something, so the way you navigate starts to feel really awkward in a certain scenario. Oh, come on, with the timing. There we go. Got through that one. Oh my god, and then right into that next saw blade. Yeah, let's just fall off the side of the level, why not? I would like a glitch that would let me just kind of bypass most of this level. That would be neat. And then I want to go too fast right here and screw things up. There we go. Oh my god, and then straight into the next blade. Well, that was what I've been trying to describe what I needed to do the whole time, and I just couldn't really make my fingers do what my mind was seeing. It's just a little tap. Yeah, but see, I needed to come in at a better moment, because if I go in too early, the timing puts me right in the way of both blades at the same time. So we gotta avoid that. Oh my god, and then that thing always is faster than I expect every time. Looking forward to not playing this level again. Not that I necessarily mind saw blades too much, they're one of the more passive traps in general, and they do have a very, repeatable tempo to them, which, in a way, provided you can find the rhythm to them, it's really not all that bad. Certainly not like Meat Boy, Evil Meat, or Weird Meat as Josh calls them. Those are a little bit more obnoxious in a whole different way. No, 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 I need to go at the right moment, and I can't seem to find the right moment. See, then, again, we seem to find this position where every time when I respawn, sometimes I just don't have the right amount of time to be able to move again. I don't know, I'm probably just complaining. It's probably not even real. It's this weird stop-start thing that makes it so hard to find the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I thought I was going to reverse back and get a little bit more airtime. Wow, that blade couldn't be much closer to me, could it? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to get in there. There we go. I needed to wait longer, and I just couldn't find the right angle. Okay, so now I need to drop through here. That's attainable, but now I need to jump through this freaking crisscross going on. That's a little scarier to me. Alright, once I'm away from this first platform, I have a little bit more time. What are the odds of me being able to do this again, though? And I can't see the launcher coming from the right. Alright, it gives you just enough time to make that gap. As long as you jump at the right moment. Eesh, this is a tough one, man. Now I gotta do this in reverse. Jump. I need to take longer on the ascent, I think, is the biggest problem I'm having. Yes! Okay, now let me get out. Please. Okay, now I gotta slide down and not take too long on sliding, which is also gonna be very difficult. That was close. Okay. Oh, and then there's 2 more saw blades on the ascent up here, too. What a jerk level. Yeah, I struggled there. I gotta get back down. I gotta make that seamlessly up and around that corner. Yes! Oh, thank goodness. Whew. Okay. That's a replay we want to watch real quick. I'm gonna give that one a 3. Sorry, guys. It's well designed. It looks pretty. But that is a frustrating level. I guess once I get the pattern down for those keys, it really wouldn't seem that bad. It was just the amount of stress trying to get through each point. You know what? Actually, this replay isn't all that interesting. Part time 46 seconds. I don't even know what I got on this. I'm sure it was over a minute. I was taking my time about as much as I possibly could, because I really did want to perfect the beat. Okay. Jumps. And then wait for 10 minutes. Wait for 10 minutes. Yeah, there goes part-time. Now I was just curious to see how long the whole thing took. Meat Boy just standing there. Not sure what that's about. Some kind of error, I guess. 64, 65. Screw it. Next level. Oh, this one. Okay, if I can get this one in a few tries, I'll be really excited. The timing on this is interesting. I think you have to wait 1 rotation before you can get into this. Okay, when you get to the top, you've got to do this whole jump rope thing. I like the concept of this level. It's just, it's all timing. And I need to get that timing down. Nope. Okay, it's a little bit closer than that. And you gotta do it twice, of course, because the key's there. That one will work, yep. Nope. Okay, gotta hit that wall again real fast. This is what I mentioned earlier, was that there's so much of this, repeat the level thing throughout. It's sort of like a theme of Expert Remix, actually, where going through a level doesn't seem to be enough once. You gotta do it multiple times to prove that you've mastered it, evidently. Alright, we got through one way. Now I gotta get back. This is a tough level, for real. It's just, it's all timing. Yep, that'll work. Hit the wall, and out. Ooh, and crashed. Alright, so it looks like it crashed again. I guess most LPers would probably keep like a death counter. In my case, I guess I'll keep a crash counter. So that was number 2. We had just finished Flex. We finished it successfully, I guess, despite the fact that the map is now empty again. I can't even remember if they save after you finish them, if it was keeping scores or times or anything. It may not even. But now, I guess we will split this up into another part, and then next time we will attempt, you know, levels 9 through whatever we can fit into a half an hour-ish, and see how that goes. So next time, Super Shaft and beyond. Thank you everyone for watching. Please do leave your likes if you enjoyed this so far, and be sure to tune in again next time for another part of Expert Remix. See you soon.